We want to be remembered. We have time, we know. Time to do the things that we want to do. Time to spend with our loved ones. Time to think. But our days are finite in number. We know that the end will come, one day or another. That's for sure. And yet, it's difficult to shake the fear that one day we too will be brought through these cemetery gates. What will become of us when we're gone? There are a million worries that plague us about what happens after we're dead. What if our tombstones are overrun? We can't help but think about who will visit our graves, if anyone visits our graves. Will our bodies be adorned in flowers one last time before they're lowered under the surface? Well, if we're lucky, our loved ones will come to visit and make sure that our graves are polished and pristine. Or perhaps we are just doomed to the wilds, to be lost, forgotten. We want the answers to all of these doubts, but where do we start? Perhaps it's best to look for answers from where we came. Our homes.
कि जैसे ये शरीर है एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट की तरह, ये ओल्ड होता है, पुराना हो जाता है, तो जैसे डिस्कार्ड कर देते हैं जब वो फंक्शनिंग बंद कर देते हैं, तो इस तरह से ये बॉडी है, इसको भी जब ये ओल्ड हो जाए, फंक्शनिंग बंद हो जाए, प्रॉपर फंक्शन नहीं करे, तो इसको डिस्कार्ड करना पड़ेगा, है ना? इसलिए इसे छोड़ कर जाना पड़ेगा.
Sure, our bodies might just be vessels for this life. Yet we can't help but think, what are we really leaving behind? Well, of course, one could say that we leave behind our physical manifestations, our ashes, bones, and the things we used to cherish dearly. Eventually, all that is left of us are a bundle of memories attached to our existence. The bittersweet reminiscence your loved ones cling onto as they mention your name and the things you used to do. The words that carry on from loved one to loved one, the emotions brimmed to the surface as they talk about you. But what strikes fear is the last time our names are uttered, the last time any of our names appear in someone's mind. Perhaps, when no one walking the earth remembers any of us, we would finally cease to exist. How do we want to be remembered?
ரிமெம்பர் பண்ணால் அவங்க வந்து இப்படி நமக்கு தெரியாதவங்களே இப்படி நம்மளை நினச்சி ப்ரேயர் பண்ணும்போது உற்றார் உறவினர்கள் வந்து நமக்காக நினச்சி கண்ணீர் விடுறாங்களே, இவங்க இருக்கும்போது எனக்கு நல்ல உதவியாக இருந்தாங்க, ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்தாங்க, நான் இவங்க இல்லாதது நம்ம எப்படி இருக்க போகிறோமோ அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாங்க பற்றியா, அது வந்து நமக்கு ஒரு ப்ளஸ்ஸு தான் நினச்சோம். ஆமாம், நம்ம வந்து அந்தளவுக்கு நம்ம அந்த மற்றவர்களுக்கு பயனுள்ளவங்களாக இருந்திருக்கோம். நம்ம வாழும் காலத்தில் நம்ம வந்து மற்றவங்க பயனுள்ளதாக இருக்கும்போது அவங்க நம்ம இல்லாத நாட்களே நினைக்கிறாங்கல்ல, ஐயோ இவங்க இருந்தாங்கன்னா நமக்கு இவ்வளோ உதவியாக இருக்குது, இப்போ இவங்க இல்லைன்னா நம்ம என்ன செய்யப்படுமோ, இவங்க இருந்தாங்கன்னா நமக்கு உதவியாக இருக்குமே அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அவங்க மனசில் நினைக்கிறாங்கல்ல, அதுவே நமக்கு ஒரு சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைடு தானே. அவங்க இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நாள் இருந்திருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாங்கல்ல, அது ஒரு மகிழ்ச்சியான சூழ்நிலை. ஸோ அவங்க நினச்சி அழுகுறாங்க, அதை நினச்சி தானே ஃபீல் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஒருத்தவங்க இறந்துட்டாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னால், ஓ இவங்க இறந்துட்டாங்களா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த நேரம் நினச்சிட்டு போகிறத விட, அவங்க இல்லையே இருந்திருந்தாங்கன்னா இன்னும் நல்லா இருந்திருக்குமே அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறது தானே அந்த அந்த மரணத்தோட ஹைலைட்டு அப்படின்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன்.
We're too caught up in the moment to realize how quickly things are changing. I'll rest when I'm dead, some say. Somehow, we doubt you'd even get to rest in peace when you are dead. Not here, anyway.
坟墓埋掉，你可以把他的骨灰请起来安放在庙里面呀，这个也是可以祭拜呀，对吧？有些人就把神主牌安放在家里也可以。如果你没地方安放了说的再难听的话，连庙里也不给你安放的话，你总有家吧？那你把神主牌安放在家呀，也可以的。但是我本身并不希望把我的神主牌安放在家，我比较喜欢把我的神主牌安放在庙里，因为我觉得很亲近。庙里他们会请道士啊、和尚啊，在某些节日啊，给你们念诵经文啊。
This island needs to grow. There's only room for so many of us here. Graves, tombs, cemeteries, maybe even columbariums. All of these might get devoured by the maw of progress. There are roads to be paved, bridges to be built. The spaces for the dead have to give way to spaces for the living.
One should think towards a legacy. One should think about what you want to be remembered for. And goes without saying that anybody would want to be remembered for positive things rather than negatives. And how would you be remembered for positive things if you have been negative? So, which means to be remembered for as someone who's done good for others, you have to actually do good to others. So it's a defining thing as to how it will make you think, make you act, make you behave, make you help others, so that you get remembered for that. And I would like to be remembered for being a helpful person, a kind person, maybe an entertaining person sometimes, but definitely someone who could be depended upon, and all the normal positive things that you want to be remembered about. And that can happen only if I keep on remembering my mortality and understanding that the time to leave that legacy is reducing by the minute. And if that is the case, then I must get my act together as soon as possible. So it's important. Thank you.
Perhaps we don't need physical markers for us to be remembered. We just need to change how we define our legacy. Who's to say that we need an urn or a grave to prove that we lived, that we walked this earth? We leave a little bit of ourselves with everyone we meet, and they too to others. Our physical markers will eventually be reclaimed by the elements of the earth, whether or not the process is sped up manually. Progress is inevitable. Humanity needs more space to inhabit. But the legacy we leave behind will be that of a manifestation in our loved ones' memories. Our footprints on the world may be erased, but we will live on for as long as there is someone who remembers us fondly. Tradition can stay the way it is for only so long. It too evolves with time. Our traditions will be molded by the era and the space that they exist in. And if that marks the end for markers of the end, then so be it. There will be other ways our bodies can return to the earth. So let's spend the rest of our time leaving behind markers of love, deeply etching ourselves into the fabric of the universe.
Any other questions?
Yeah. So, given your own
Can you put the
beliefs-
aircon on?
அவ்வளோதானே?
और तो कुछ भी नहीं। और तू एक अच्छा बच्चा बन के रहना, वही मेरे लिए अच्छी बात होगी।
你拍到吗？不要叫我再下来。
When our bodies are scattered across the soil, we will nurture the world and the earth will remember us, even when no one else is around.